Let's do this. What's up, it's Andre, and it's time for Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 4 on Disney+. Spoiler alert, this will have spoilers for the Falcon and the Winter Soldier, episode 4. You've been warned, spoilers. So before we get into this episode, I gotta mention this. So you remember in last week's episode when we talked about Baron Zemo dancing? Well, that apparently became a meme. So Marvel's official YouTube channel put out a 1-hour cut of Baron Zemo dancing, including some shots of him dancing that they didn't put in the actual episode. So you can get a 1-hour cut on repeat of Zemo dancing. And Marvel put this out themselves. The companies are making the memes now. The companies are making the memes. What is this meme? Do it. Do it. Everybody do the Zemo dance to the Zemo. To the Zemo. So we cut back to Wakanda 6 years ago, where Bucky is still at Wakanda and they are working on trying to get the programming of the Winter Soldier program out of him completely. They even do the whole thing where they say the words that trigger the Winter Soldier, and he's sitting there thinking he's going to change over and he's about to cry. And then we realize when they go through all the words that he doesn't change. And the Dora Milaje tell him, you're free. You're finally free. And it's a very powerful scene. He's breaking down, crying. This is the first time he's heard those words without turning into the Winter Soldier. He's so happy. And it's a great way to start the episode because it cuts back to where we last left off with Bucky and Io, where she's like, yeah, remember when we did that? We took the entire Winter Soldier program out of you. You were free. We did that for you, gave you a new arm. And how do you repay us? By releasing the man that killed King T'Chaka and framed you for it. But man, Bucky is becoming like bad ex-boyfriend with Zemo. He's like, look, I know he's done some bad things in the past, but like, I really need him right now. He can really help me right now. He can do something good just for this one time. I promise I'll stop seeing him after this. And I was like, girl. So she's like, all right, I'll give you 8 hours with him, and then we coming for him. He's like, cool. Sam, Bucky, and Zemo are having some more talk about these super soldier serums. They want to make sure that they can find the rest of them, and Zemo especially wants to get rid of them. Sam really wants to talk to Karli because he thinks that she's not a bad person, just doing a lot of bad things to do what she thinks is right. But Zemo's like, nah, she got that serum in her. That's just going to enhance who she wants to be. Now that she knows that she's more powerful than others, she is going to get worse and worse and eventually become a supremacist. And then Sam was like, well, what about Steve Rogers? He was great. And then Zemo was like, yeah, but have you seen another Steve Rogers? They're trying to figure out how to find Karli. And Sam remembers that when his TT died, that's what he calls his aunt, she was a big part of the neighborhood. So they actually had a huge neighborhood funeral for her. So they're figuring if Mama Danya was so important to Karli and others, they're probably going to have a big funeral for her as well. So all they got to do is find that funeral and they'll find Karli. So Sam, Bucky, and Zemo try to find some information. Sam and Bucky come up short and Zemo's like, y'all don't know how to do this. You just give a hungry kid some candy. That's how you get the information. So Zemo goes up singing, ba, ba, black sheep, have you any wool? Goes up to these hungry kids like, here's some Turkish delights. Where that funeral at? And that girl immediately was like, the funeral's at this time, this place, this location. So Zemo knows where the funeral is. Sam and Bucky don't know where the funeral is. So you know, of course, that means Zemo's like, I got that leverage. I don't think I want to tell you. Bucky picked up a piece of glass and threw it and was like, look. I love the part where Sam was like, hey man, don't let him get to you. He's just going to try to get in your head and do that weird head tilt thing. And Zemo literally had his head tilted. So he's like, shut up, man. That's my thing. So Zemo breaks down, says follow him to figure out where the funeral is, and they're about to go find Karli, but then of course, who has to show up to ruin everything? Freaking Party City Cap. Walker and Hoskins find them and are like, you got to give Zemo back to us. And Sam's like, look, man, we need him right now. You need to calm down. And then freaking Walker gonna look at Bucky and be like, you gonna let your partner do this? And I was like, And of course, Walker wants to go in guns a-blazing, but Sam's like, no, man, let me talk to her. I can reason with her. I've talked to people before in situations like this. So I think that we might be able to find some common ground. And Walker's like, all right, man, you get 10 minutes, bro. Then, you know, I'm going in because that's what I do. I'm Party City Cap. Sam goes to the funeral. Karli sees her, but Sam's respectful. Is like, let your funeral finish. Sam and Karli have a very nice conversation afterwards. You and I are not so different type of conversations where Sam understands where Karli's coming from, really agrees with her cause. He's just not agreeing with the way she's doing it. So he's like, look, calm down on the killing, the explosions, and all this crazy stuff. Maybe we can work together. And she's like, nah, man, I already played that game. It didn't work out for me. I got to take matters in my own hands. He's like, I believe you and I feel what you need to do, but this ain't the way to do it. They were actually coming to a really nice compromise. Everything was going good, but freaking John Walker was impatient. And there's something off about him too, because he's all like, I'm going in there, man. I'm going in there. Bucky's like, man, calm down. He's like, hey, she's a super soldier. You're a super soldier. Sam ain't no super soldier. You want your partner's blood on your hands? Foreshadow. So Walker runs in, messes up the negotiation because Karli thought that Sam was there alone. Now she feels like she was set up. And Zemo, who Walker had handcuffed, of course, breaks free from his handcuffs, and he goes after Karli too and tries to kill her because he don't want no super soldiers. Karli and one of her cohorts had picked up the super soldier serum. They had it hidden at a grave earlier. And so when Zemo started shooting at her, she dropped all the super soldier serums. Zemo looked down on the ground and was like, is that what I think it is? And they tried to make us think like Zemo was about to take one of the super soldier serums. I'm like, nah, man, I've learned about Zemo up to this point. I know his shtick. He don't want that stuff around at all because he doesn't want any superheroes, you know, that whole thing. So of course he drops all of it on the ground, crunch, squish, stomp, smash. But then John Walker comes in, stops the whole thing. Karli gets away. Everyone's about to leave. And John Walker looks on the ground. And apparently there was one vial of super soldier serum that Zemo forgot to step on. And John Walker picks it up, and I literally out loud was like, no, 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 no. Don't let this man become a super soldier. I don't want it. I don't want it. And sure enough, John Walker looked at that vial and was like, I'll keep you for later. And I was like, no, not Party City Cap. This is Party City crap. The Flag Smashers are getting worried and know they're gonna have to up the ante on their tactics because they got Sam and Bucky after them. They got Walker after them. And then while they were talking, they got a text from the power broker being like, hey, my scientist got killed. Y'all got the last serums. You better give that to me or I'm gonna pretty much kill all of you because that's what I can do. I'm the power broker. Still don't know who the power broker is. Just sending some text messages, some WhatsApp messages, being like, I'm coming for you. Sam actually sends a message to Sharon just saying, hey man, can you like put some tracking on John Walker? He keeps finding us. Let's be one step ahead of the game and track on him because I don't know about this dude. We get another cool conversation, this time between Sam and Zemo, where Zemo just straight up asked Sam, if they would have offered you the super soldier serum, would you have taken? And Sam immediately was like, nah. And he's like, oh, you answered that immediately. I respect that. They're gods, and there should be no gods on this earth. And then Sam was like, sounds like something a god would say. Ooh, touche. Verbal fights, tete-a-tete, vis-a-vis. Great, deep conversation that gets freaking ruined by John Walker. Party City Cap gotta walk in once again, be like, all right, Zemo, you're coming with me, man. And then Sam even told Walker, he's like, man, Zemo's helped us out today more than you have. He's staying, you leave him alone. And then Walker had to get, Walker had to be all like, should I put the shield down to make this fair? I'm like, I see your true colors. He threatens to fight Sam. He even puts the shield down, ready to put up them dukes. And then, whoop, 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 whoop. Dora Milaje show up and was like, no, we here for Zemo. And Party City Cap, oh my God. I didn't think this guy could get any dumber. But he talks to Dora Milaje, and every word that comes out of his mouth, I'm like, you stupid! Do you know who you talking to? He goes up to Io, he's like, hi, John Walker, Captain America. And she just looks at him like, and then he's all like, if we could just put down all the pointy sticks here, all right? We'll just, let's talk this out. And even Sam's like, dude, you don't want to do this. He's trying to warn him. Bucky ain't saying nothing. He's like, I'm gonna see how this play out. But Sam's like, hey man, if you don't want to mess with us, you definitely don't want to mess with Dora Milaje. And he's all like, the Dora Milaje don't have any jurisdiction around here. And they're like, the Dora Milaje has jurisdiction wherever the Dora Milaje happens to be. God dang. And then stupid Party City Cap. He walks over to one of them. And his hand goes up, and I was like, I know where this is going. Don't do it. It was like slow motion feeling almost. He puts his hand on her shoulder, and that thing didn't even get full grasp. Hey, we got off on the wrong foot. Hand goes down. It just literally goes, ding, and she's like, whoop, 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 kicks his ass. It is so good. He's all like, and they're like, whoop, 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 whoop. He's like, I'm sorry. something. And Bucky's like, looking strong, John. And then Sam's like, all right, man, we gotta help this dude. So they get into the fight. Of course, they also get their ass kicked. Sam goes down immediately. They take that stick and was like, boop, 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 boop. And then Bucky, Io's like, you really gonna do this to us? Here. And she goes like this, boop, boop, like she put in a key code. She's like, boop, 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 boop. And that arm just went, just falls to the ground. Even Bucky was like, but one thing, put pressure points on your body to take the arm off completely. Secret code, Wakanda code. Oh, dude. And the one part where the one Dora Milaje, when they knock Walker down and the shield's on the ground and she kicks it up and she's holding it. So you got a freaking Dora Milaje warrior holding the shield. I was like, that looks good. Make that an action figure, please. And I love she gives it back to Walker, but she's like, but you know I could have taken it. Like, I'm just letting you know, like I'm doing you a favor. I just love that Zemo's just sitting back, drinking, just sipping. This was fun. I'm gonna escape now. So if you guys want to keep fighting, just have a little time here. I'm just gonna go in this room here, open up like a sewer cover or something, like a freaking Ninja Turtle, and then roll out. So Zemo's gone. And the best part of the whole fight, Walker and he's all like, they weren't even super soldiers. Oh man, I watched that scene like 5 times. It was so great to see him get his butt kicked. But at the same time, I was like, now you know he gonna take that serum. Walker and Hoskins go off on their own and they have a nice conversation as well. Walker asked Hoskins, would you take the serum if they would have offered to you? Well, Hoskins was like, hell yeah. And then Walker was like, are you worried about how I would have changed you? And Hoskins was like, well, my understanding about the serum, and they've mentioned this before, it just makes whatever you are stronger. If you're a good person, it makes you better. If you're a bad person, it makes you worse. Walker's like, what do you think is gonna happen if I took it? And Hoskins like, dude, you got like 3 medals of honor. You're the best, dude. But Walker's like, yeah, but you know, you were in Afghanistan. We got some awards, but the stuff we did to get them was probably not worth awarding. You know what I'm saying? We did some bad shit to get some good stuff done. You know what I'm saying? And then Hoskins like, yeah, if we just had Super Soldier Serum that day, we could have saved so many lives. And Walker was like, yeah, I know. I'm like, he's taking that stuff. And then that's when John Walker's like, we didn't do everything that was right in Afghanistan. I just want to do something that's right. Being the new Cap could be that one thing that I could do that's right. So this is pretty much foreshadowing he's going to mess this up, right? We cut to Sarah, who gets a phone call from Karli. She's like, Karli, oh, from the Flag Smashers, the terrorist group. Oh, we're actually revolutionaries, actually. And I'm just deciding if I want to kill your brother or not. I thought I could trust him, but apparently he's working for your Captain America. And I love that Sarah was real quick like, that ain't my captain. I ain't choose him. Karli was like, you don't care about the symbol of your country? And Sarah was like, look, my world doesn't matter to America, so why do I care about his mascot? I was like, ooh, Marvel getting deep. Karli, of course, is just trying to up the stakes so she can win, but she did the wrong thing, though. She's like, all right, well, I want you to give these coordinates to Sam and tell him to meet me. But if you don't do that, or if it doesn't work out, if he betrays me, then maybe next time I might meet you and his nephews at your dock. I know where you live. So she told Sam, and Sam's like, oh, okay, all right. I tried to give this kid a chance, but now. So Sam once again is like, look, I'm going in alone. Okay, I'm going to take Bucky because I'm a little nervous. I'm going in with Bucky. But everybody else, stay away. So Sam and Bucky go together, and Karli's like, I'm sorry about threatening your nephews. I just wanted to let you know that I'm really serious about this, and I really want you to work with me. Please join me. But if you don't want to join me, then like just stay out of my way, like look the other way, whatever you want to do. And Sam once again is like, look, I know where you're coming from. You just can't do it this way. She's like, well, if you're not going to join me, then just, stay away. And then he gets a call from Sharon being like, I tracked John Walker and he's kind of where you are right now. So just let you know. So Party City Cap's coming in, and then Sam sees him in action. And at one point, Walker grabs a pipe and bends it with his bare hands. And Sam just went, what did you do? Oh, Sam, you know what he did. Methinks John Walker took the serum. So we get an all-out fight with Sam, Bucky, Walker, Karli, the Flag Smashers. I love that all the Flag Smashers keep fighting with knives to the point where John Walker even says, what's up with all the knives? That's literally how he said it too. At one point, the Flag Smashers have John Walker grabbed, and then Karli's coming in with that knife about to stab. Then Hoskins comes out of nowhere. They had Hoskins hostage earlier, but he was able to break free and stop her from stabbing Cap. But then she gets mad. They fight. She pushes him really hard. He hits a pillar, goes down. Come on, man. Come on, man. Come on, man. Don't do this to Hoskins. No. We just got to know the dude. He seems to be be pretty chill. He's like the one dude that doesn't seem to hate Party City Camp. You gonna really do this right now? And then Walker goes up, he's like, hey, Lemar, Hoskins. And Hoskins all like, and I'm like, no. It's so hard to say goodbye to Lemar Hoskins. Battlestar. I'm not gonna lie, I was really sad to see Hoskins bite the bullet there. Battlestar seemed pretty cool. He was doing a lot of great work, even though he was getting no recognition for it. He was a cool dude, and I was really hoping that maybe at one point he'd be like, you know, John Walker, I ain't feeling you. I'm gonna go join Sam and Bucky's side. I'm gonna be Battlestar over there. That's what I was hoping. But instead of him joining Sam and Bucky, looks like he might be joining Mama Danya. John Walker gets upset, and the Flag Smashers run away. And he runs out, busts through a window, and then goes full Batman. Where is she? Where is she? Runs up to this one dude, knocks him out with the shield. Dude falls down. Walker's right over him, is like, where is she? And the Flag Smasher's like, dude, it wasn't me. He was pulling a full Shaggy. It wasn't me. I ain't do it. Walker didn't care. And then he raised that shield up. And at this point, I was like, all right, so Sam's going to come in and be like, John, stop. Or someone's going to stop him before it goes down. Nobody does that. Walker goes, slam to this dude. Then up again, slam a second time. Then one more time, slam. And you see like the hand, bloody hand come off to the side. And they don't show it, but I'm just going to assume he decapitated that dude with that shield. He murders this dude. John Walker just straight up murders this guy. Like usually when the Avengers are fighting, there are some deaths, but it's usually like they fight back, something happens, they disappear. This guy was defenseless on the ground, and Walker's just slam with the shield. In broad daylight, with everyone outside watching. So you know what happened. Them phones came out, and it all got recorded. And the music is all like, and then you see John Walker looking around as everyone was recording him. And then you see a shot of him holding the shield, and there's freaking blood on the shield. Oh my God, Sam and Bucky walk in like, Karli's in the crowd, like, the shield's with blood, like, and then not only does it cut to the credits, but they even change the music in the credits to just be like, we're going to let you sit on this. We're going to let you marinate on the fact that the new Captain America just straight up murdered a defenseless guy in front of a bunch of people using Steve's shield. Just let that sink in. We're not going to have some huge hyper music now. Now you're just going to have some somber. You got to live with that music. This is probably, no joke, one of the darkest scenes ever in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. The way that it was shot, the way that it occurred, everything about it. This was dark. I literally stood up out of my seat. I was like, no, this is crazy. No. Woo! Because, you know, there's going to be somebody out there that's going to be like, well, he was emotional because his partner died. Yeah, but he murdered a dude defenseless with the shield. Slam! Da-da-da! And I know I'm being a little optimistic here, but they show Lemar out, and we're assuming that he's dead. But it would make me so happy to pour salt in the wound if just in the next episode, you cut back to Lemar and he's all like, oh, I got knocked out. What happened? Like, I want that to happen. It's probably not going to happen, but I would want that to happen so bad that we find out that he actually wasn't dead, because that would just make what John Walker did even worse. Say what you will about John Walker, but Wyatt Russell is killing it. He's killing him. Oh man, maybe I should stop making fun of Party City Cap. I just realized that. So that's episode 4 of Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I got nothing else. What do you say after that? What'd you think of this episode? Did that scene get you? What'd you think about the Dora Milaje beating up John Walker? I love you like a play cousin. I'm Addy 5000. Like and subscribe. Damn.